All right, good morning. I wanted to switch it up today a little bit. But at the same time, I didn't go all the way and throw on a tie. I just got this. Uh, what I want to do is just talk a little bit. I'm closing out a message I preached earlier. In the message, I'm going to be very brief. That's my intention and hope. Because sometimes you're praying and you're getting it, and then you want to share it right away because you know you're going to, if you're a person of prayer, you know you're going to go back to prayer. You're going to get it for yourself. But you want to give a little bit of some tidbits that you can keep, as you develop and grow, you want to give to other people. There's a maxim we had in the movement. It's called lifting as we climb. So that's what we're supposed to do, lifting as we climb. Like we're not just climbing to some mountain or some top and going there by ourselves. We're lifting other people as we go, showing them the way. So I talked a message about, and this was a while ago. So sometimes I even was, some people it was like, "Oh, come join the church." And I'm like, "Boy, I've been preaching." You know what I'm saying? And some people around me was like, "Yo, he has been preaching. He's been doing different things." And so I won't get into all that, but it's a message. I don't think I gave it outside, and you can preach anywhere. So one time they burnt my house down. My mom said, "Still preach," I said, "Okay, I'm preaching in the living room." You know what I'm saying? So uh, that did not deter me. So, but there was a message that I gave, and it was called "Call No Man Father." So I want to get to that because we had such a powerful, and I'm still talking about it, City of David on Wednesdays, 7 o'clock p.m., 2200 Lockbourne Road. Sundays, 10 a.m., 2200 Lockbourne Road. That's the church I go to, City of David. All right, so, uh, and it was just a good time of fellowship because I was saying, man, Saints, he was preaching and I was just with him in the spirit. Like, man, they don't understand. I was saying, and there's some things that I don't post because I'm like, yo, I can't post that. It's going to be too harsh. But I was like, okay, as a person who's been like the business school and studied these different books, I know for me, like when I be looking at and I be hearing some people talk who are believers, I be looking at them like, nah, they sound crazy. I know some people can say he can sound crazy because he could say, oh, he hears God or whatever. Or I'll tell you what, right before I turn this on, my single season is over. We got the rest together. That's what I heard. So, amen. Glory be to God. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is I speak those things, declare those things, and then just walk into those things. And that's why sometimes some people like, yo, keep a lid on it. But you have to see the word. How can you do both? You know? So here's a way. You can still be discreet, but you can speak the word. Like I don't gotta tell you what the word was, but I can speak the word. Sometimes I can tell what the word is because it's like sometimes I do put my faith in God, not necessarily on the line. I'm like, man, you got it, God. You said it. Boom. It ain't God said, oh, I'm gonna do this, but if you say that I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna because reading the word, he'll tell them like, look, now this part that I'm telling you, don't say. He doesn't say that all the time. Look how much scripture we have. And then it was only a couple times he said still in the book. So that's but you still got to exercise wisdom because I've learned, and there's people who I've followed for a long time. Like if I was like, okay, Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, I don't want to go down this list, but to the Bismarck, uh, I ain't gonna go down this list. But there's people who I've been following, like oh yeah, and it that's neither here nor there. But here's what I want to say. Uh, Thank you for those who've bared with me because here's what preachers do. And this is why sometimes we get into complications, whether it's business or different things like that. Because I was like, man, they don't understand business. I went to business school. They ain't bring up no scriptures. What are you talking about? You mean I can't sell that man a fish unless he say hallelujah? But I want to eat. Like, you don't make sense to me. You don't. All right, I got that out. All right. Business is business. Okay. Learn what is what. Then you'll understand the moves of a Bishop T.D. Jakes. There we go again. Okay. And still we have to, follow the preachers of LA. You know, we gotta use wisdom with what we do. But preachers sometimes they err on the side of caution. So you might tell somebody, man, don't drink wine. But in the Bible, Jesus is turning water to wine. You're erring on the side of caution. But then you might start making your own doctrine. I mean, come on. I understand erring on the side of caution, but we still got to be honest and truthful, or even just explain we're erring on the side of caution, because then that person might need a little something for his stomach's sake, and you're erring on the side of caution. You choosing to be in error on the side of caution is now getting in the way of him doing what he wants to do. That's what I'm saying. But so when I read in the scriptures and it says carnal man father, for me, I'm like, oh gosh, Jesus said this. I am not going to go against what Jesus said. So my whole thing is, someone might say, this and this and this and this and this. But God knows. He's just trying to figure it out. Like, God, I don't want to go against you. I'm one of them. I don't want to go against you. Everybody else, they're not even posing the question. I'm posing, well, what does it mean? And I ask other people, what does it mean, Bishop? What does it mean, Bishop? And I'll be listening like, that sound like tingling brass. You ain't giving me no answer. And then lots of times people, just like I was talking before about, sometimes God might have a test through people of, are you going to hold to the truth no matter what they say? And sometimes people is not even allowed to say, because God will want you to. There's some people God want to cultivate and be like, that's mine. I did that. You know what I'm saying? I had him around here, but he got it from me. You know what I'm saying? So in prayer today, what I was realizing is this. Just like I said before about just yesterday, you deal with knowledge. Now, we can understand a founder when he says the founder is building with revelation and with wisdom. I'm just going to say it like that for those who can receive it. Okay. But it's always the Trinity. According to the scriptures. That's what I'll say. Because I'm, like when I say things, I'm processing. It has to be the word. For me, I would prefer it be the word. Okay. So I'm erring on the side of caution. Like, I don't want to go against Jesus's words. But when you start to interact with people with knowledge, then you realize, and you can see apostles and prophets and be like, they're so similar. But apostles, here's the thing. Fathers prepare the way. They are similar. That's why sometimes people say, man, the Bible is mythology because we got this person. He's so much like this person. It's just a reiteration of this person. No, these were more than one person. And they met up on a mountain. They all weren't the same person. You know what I'm saying? So the Bible is true. The people do come. But that doesn't mean, and that's why I said before, like some might not understand. And just what I said yesterday, we're heading in the direction of Christ. We're heading in that direction. So some might not understand that. But then you talking about, okay, and I don't want to deal with the rappers here. I might tag you, so I might speak to what you're saying. Okay, now if God wanted to keep us away from knowledge, if he wanted us to be ignorant, why did he say my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge? Why was God's gripe that it was we believed a lie, thinking we could become like God by disobeying God and losing what we had for false knowledge, false wisdom. So, rapper, God doesn't want us to be ignorant. And it says right there in the scriptures that that's his gripe. Okay, so why do we get babies? And it's like, oh, so you're saying after we sin and men fall, now you're blaming God for everything. So Basically, that's like me going out and committing a crime, and when a cop come justly, then I say, God, look what you did. This cop is coming. You can't do stuff like that, bro. In your quasi thinking, you might say that. I did wrong, and now I did wrong, and I'm supposed to pay a price for it. Now that it's time for me to pay the price for it, I'm blaming God because I got to pay that price in the first place, though I was the one who messed up what he told me to do. The beauty that we have in Christianity is that Christ came and paid that price. Just receive it, bro. Just receive it. Don't go against God. So God doesn't want us to be ignorant without knowledge. We can't blame God for all the things and mistakes that we as man did. And I'm going to end it with there. Because some things maybe got to be dealt with rap. But okay. All right, so call no man father, but we're interacting with everyone with knowledge. So what does that mean? It means then that I so esteem the position of father that now me acknowledging who my father is, when I encounter fathers, I interact with the Father. That's what it is, bro. Honor, respect, all of those things. Because these are things and questions I had to answer to. Why are they calling this person spiritual? Why are they calling this? And it says clearly don't say this. But then I can clearly see in the word that Paul said, I beget this one through the, and clearly in my own life, I've had my own begetting. So I'm like, okay. And in my mind, I still don't want to go against God. So God, give me the revelation. Man, God, tell me what you still ain't gonna tell. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm praying today. Okay, God, let me know. And now, that's what it is, bro. When you're serving, you come to a point where you're realizing that little cup you're giving to that little one, do it as you're doing it unto me. I love you.